Good morning and hello, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Supermodel Racing Review for Tuesday the 20th of September 2022. Nothing to review for yesterday, so we can get straight into it. We've got no filter 1, which is our structural filter, no ratio filter, but we do have an alternate. It's a Newcastle nil weather at 6:30 this evening. It's an EBF, European Breeders' Fund, Novice Stakes, Class 5 2-year-old, 1 mile to 42 yards, so 10 furlongs. What do we know about 10 furlongs at Newcastle? It's model 91. Chelmsford, Lingfield and Dundalk are 94, a fair bit quicker. Kempton and Wolverhampton are 92, a little bit quicker. Newcastle is 91 as we said, and Southwell is 89, a fair bit slower. So it's at the slower end of proceedings for context. Right, there's 6 in the race. You can pretty much narrow it down to the top 3. In the numbers, so 1, 2 and 3. Number 1, Forceful Speed. Number 2, One World. And number 3, Ionopolis. Now, what do we know about the likely favourite, One World? Well, One World, it's been racing at Haydock, which is 7 furlongs soft, model 93. And it was off the pace, easy trip, and it was pretty workmanlike, that horse. And then it was went to Ascot, 7 furlong listed in the Chesham Stakes, and it folded tamely, so it was way out of its depth there. Then it went to Newmarket on the July course, and that was a handicap after 2 runs, and the handicap was 82.90. This is a 65.84, and it was sweating, and it looks one pace and slow, this horse. And then it went out at Kempton on the 8th of the 8th, handicap model 95, 64.85, and that's and it looks pretty one pace. So what can we say? It was gelded after that, so it looks one paced. It looks about a max 85, that horse, on the official ratings. It's obviously sort of a high class plodder, so we're going to take it on anyway. So One World is out of the game as far as we're concerned. The main rival will be this Forceful Speed on paper. What do we know about Forceful Speed? A couple of runs at the Curragh, 5 furlongs and 6 furlongs on yielding. Now the 5 furlong run was very strong. If you watch that the first time out, this horse really stuck on, and its speed there. So that's very promising. And then it went out 6 furlongs on the Curragh and led and faded. And then it was sold, changed trainers. And went out at Wolverhampton on the 8th of the 8th at 6 furlongs, model 93. And it was very wide trip, and it's likely to have been gamed. In other words, it was not running particularly on its merits to get a lower handicap mark. It then went out at Wolverhampton on the 13th of the 9th, 10 furlongs, 9 extended 9.5 furlongs, model 92. And that was a wide one-paced win. So that was it was pretty workmanlike, but it was decent. So it's a sort of interesting horse, that Forceful Speed. Someone recognised 2 very decent performances in the Curragh. It then was pretty much game to get a low handicap mark. They stuffed it in a more or less a 10 furlong Wolverhampton handicap, where it sort of ground its way through on off a wild trip. So it has potential, that horse. That horse is a really interesting one. And we've got £1 per £8 unit, so £100 on at 11 to 4 roughly, 2.6 to 1. And the final one of interest is this number 3, Ionopolis. And what do we know about Ionopolis? Well, it's had 2 runs, white red car, 7 furlong good to 4, model 98, which is quick. And that was a decent race actually. The winner was 76, second 86 and third 79. And it was slow away, and it sort of ran on, and looks as if it's got potential, that horse. And then it went out at Ripon at 8 furlongs in the Novice Stakes, good to firm, model 94, near our surface pace profile, and that ran on and was very heavily eased. So you're not seeing the true, and it had a very difficult trip. So and if you want to look at that race there, the Ionopolis' Ripon race, basically had nowhere to go. It was about 3 back on the rail, and there was 2 or 3 horses in the way. The jockey sort of tried to switch a few times but gave up in the end. So so that performance can be pretty much ignored. So anyway, Ionopolis is about 8. We've got pound win, it's £100 on at 9 to 1, and so we've got pound, £2 per £8 unit. Exposure 0.25 a unit because our unit is £8 pro rata, and that's where we are. So we're having a go at that. The account is static because we did no betting yesterday at 6 plus 65 units, and we feel as if we're just starting to come out of this losing run now and get going. So obviously One World has been written up nicely by everybody. It's got Gosden, so there's going to be a lot of support for that horse. But so the interesting one's this Forceful Speed, and Ionopolis is no forlorn hope either. Decent sort of performances under the radar, and is likely to improve at decent odds. So that's what we're doing. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and goodbye.